To everybody who's been liking the videos so far, we thank y'all. You guys liking the videos has kind of helped us start to grow the channel even more, so we appreciate it. To those who have not, please, we ask you, hit the like button before you even watch this video. It helps us grow the channel, helps people learn about us, and allows us to make more great content like this. So that's all we got. Thank you for helping us grow this channel. Hit the like button right now, and on with the show. Super duty, tough work.
We here.
Back in the building.
Hey man, vacation man. How was the vacation, yo?
What can I say, man? What can I say? Man, it was you know what I mean? It was great. It was a beautiful experience, man. You know, sometimes you don't be knowing how much you need the time off till you start taking the time off.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
I feel that.
Like I felt it like, yo, you need some time off. But then when I actually got there and I was just not doing nothing, bro, that shit felt amazing.
Yeah, when she was out there, you was like, oh, I needed this.
Yeah.
Needed this so bad.
Bro, like I drove down. So like the first day I drove and stopped in Charlotte and went digging in Charlotte, you know, had a hotel there for like one night and another day for like basically 2 days though. And just to wake up and be like, what are you doing today?
Whatever I want.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was great. It was great. And then I just dipped and went to Orlando and you know, just kicking with Swam and the soliloquist of sound and just dog, I woke up every day and I just wrote. First I would just walk for like 5 miles. Weather was 80, 75. It was gorgeous. You wake up and it's just this breeze coming in the window. It's like, yo, the sun is all nice. Yo, you look around. You ain't got to think. I wasn't thinking about nothing. And it was like, yo, this is the first time in a long time that I got to just be a rapper, man. You know, I just wake up and me and Swan will listen to beats at night. He'll leave me with something. I, you know, walk around to it, walk a few miles to it, come back, write some shit down.
Bar
out. You know, write my rhyme, demo it, go dig for a couple hours. Then when he come back, all right, I'm ready. Just joint after joint after joint after joint. I wrote and recorded a song every day.
Dope.
Every day for a week. And some of the dopest stuff I've done in a long time. But
nice.
I didn't realize how much I needed it till I got there, man. Like I've done more this week that I've been back. I've done more work on my book this week since I've been back than I did January and February combined. Just because I was burnt out. I couldn't do shit. I was like, I would stare at it and be like, man, fuck this.
Like, nah, you good.
Look,
I'm straight.
Yeah. Every day, though. I would stare at it. Like, I know when I'm right at the finish line, too. But I was just like, fuck this. Walk away in disgust, anger. That I have to actually finish writing this book. And now, like today, I just wrote like 3,000 words today.
Nice.
Of a chapter that wasn't even supposed to be in the book. I was like, you know what I need a chapter on? Let me add this real quick. And then I woke up this morning like, wow. 3,000 words later. I sent the rest of the book to get edited yesterday. I'm going to just send this last. But the shit is rolling. And man, I needed it. I needed it. I'm glad. You see, I sent you to pick other you know, the exercise room.
Yeah. The weight room.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it's got to be.
Pun intended.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Good one. I see what you did there, son. I see what you did there. The weight room is in full effect, you know?
Right.
So I finally got an exercise room at my house, which is where we were formerly shooting this podcast at for everybody at home. And man, I done worked out 8 days straight.
Nice.
Feel great.
Nice.
Like I'm amped.
Yeah, I need an extra room in my house.
Yeah.
So I can do something like that.
You might just have to get a corner. You might just have to take that underneath your stairs. That little tiny narrow walkway. That might be all you can get.
Gotta get these kids out. That's what I gotta do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You gotta. You was thinking about a whole different angle than I was seeing it from.
I was on a whole other page. Like, I'm talking about a room.
Yeah, you're like, I need to evict some people. I got too many tenants. That's what you was thinking. Some of these little boys gotta go. Are y'all 18 yet? Clock ticking.
About that time.
Pops over here like,
oh man.
Hey. Pops in the exercise room. Y'all on the clock.
Facts.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. Hell yeah. So yeah, this week, man, we back. You know, I mean, although we've been dropping episodes every week, we have not been recording every week. So, you know, we've been, you know, we did had a bunch in a hole, and we just been dropping them every week. So this is, you know, we back this week, and we're going to keep dropping them. But this week, we're going to talk about the music industry.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked about the music industry in a minute. And, you know, this topic is about the myths of the music industry, and really the biggest myths of the music industry, because there's a lot of misconceptions. A lot. You know, especially for new artists. They be coming out the gate just thinking shit sweet, thinking some shit's worse than it actually is. And we want to clarify, you know, some of these music industry myths. And we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry, but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
We back, folks.
Yep.
Super Duty Tough Work. Blueprint. Illogic.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man, the most consistent, provocative podcast on the planet.
Right.
You know, some people, they listen to us and they don't like how Super Duty does things. But I got a message for y'all. Super Duty ain't for everybody.
Right.
We don't try to be for everybody. We wouldn't even want to be for everybody, because it would make us have to change how we do shit.
Right.
And so for those who this is for, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for listening so long.
You know, because, you know, I never got no hate mail behind my music, but I definitely got some behind this podcast.
Yeah, man. That is so true. It's so true. I ain't never had nobody say like, yo, I ain't appreciate what you said on that track on Unforeseen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I never heard that.
Nah, but on episode blah, blah, blah,
Woo.
Super Duty,
You had me tight.
I got some questions.
I'm mad at you about that shit. Why you say that?
Yeah, man.
Okay, but we gonna keep doing this shit, because this is, I mean, and at the end of the day, we would do this shit if it was just us.
Right.
And that's what everybody needs to know. And that's when you're doing it for the right reasons. And so we're going to keep doing it for the right reasons. And we appreciate y'all accompanying us on this journey. So, music industry myths. Number one myth of the music industry: getting signed means your record coming out. This was so funny. You got to laugh as soon as I say it, right? Because it's so prominent. People get signed every day. Like, what people, when they look at the music industry, they just see the artist who comes out.
Yeah.
They just see the guy who's the hometown favorite, who had the smash single, who just had this meteoric rise. And they're like, that's it. I saw his independent mixtape. I heard he got signed. His album came out a year later. He's famous now.
Yeah, I wonder what the analytics on that is. Like,
It's dark.
how many artists get signed, you know, compared to how many records actually come out?
It's got to be dark.
It's gotta be dark.
I'm guessing like 1 to every 40 or 50.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, we
personally know people
Like-
who've been signed.
Yeah, we personally know people who've been signed whose records got shelved. Personally know them.
Yeah.
Never dropped.
Never dropped. I mean, we know artists who've been in the music industry who had deals and they might have got one record out.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of them didn't come out.
Yeah.
Right? They got like, even if you look like a Souls of Mischief, most of the Hyro crew, they got 1 to 2 records out a piece. Then after that, nothing else. The industry kind of was
in the indie
after that. The industry kind of closed its door. And they're a success story.
Right.
You know?
Because they had some hits.
Yes.
Because they had some hits.
Yeah, they had hits.
They had some actual hits that are still being listened to today.
Yeah. Now, had they not had that, would nobody know? Be checking for them. Their independent career wouldn't have taken off had they not gotten out and hit with that first record. And even then, it probably wasn't enough to the music industry. The music industry probably expected them to go triple and platinum and shit. You know, double, triple platinum. And they probably didn't. And that's probably why they ended up, you know, not getting the opportunity again. But to all the artists out there, man, I need to let y'all know, getting signed is not the end.
Right.
It's the start.
Yeah.
You know, and you see people, they just want to get signed. They want to get signed. They want to get signed for one reason or another. You know, we spoke about it even on the MF Doom episode about he couldn't get his record out. All the things that happened in between, you know, getting signed and the record's supposed to come out. Like, that second record didn't come out.
Yeah. And even, I mean, this isn't like even just major labels. Yeah. Indie labels too.
Facts.
You get signed to an indie label, it don't mean your record coming out. Just because you got creative control, quote unquote.
Yep.
Don't mean that your record coming out. You get signed to this label, that label, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what label. If it ain't a good business decision, they putting you on the shelf, chief.
Right. And they'll let you keep that advance they gave you too.
Right.
They'll write that off.
Right.
You know. So
yeah, that's an expense.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, so I say this because I think there are a lot of artists who look at it like that's all you have to do to be successful. But they don't understand once you get inside that realm, there's a whole nother level of politics, gamesmanship, responsibility, whole new list of demands that come of you as an artist, songwriter, that you have to take on and win that game in order to come out. And so it's kind of like, you know, like it's kind of like childbirth. You know what I'm saying? Like, just how many sperm make it to the egg?
Right. One.
And how many started though? Millions. Right?
Yes.
So it's like, yo, and there's no telling if it's gonna even, you know what I'm saying? So like every child is incredibly blessed to be here.
Yeah, because even when the sperm make it to the egg, it don't necessarily mean that that child gonna be born.
No. Right? That's how the record industry is, man. You see the ones who make it, and you don't get told the story of all the super talented people who even got signed, but for one reason or another, the record didn't come out. And so as you are working on your talent, we say pay the same amount of attention to your other skills, your soft skills, to your team, to how organized and disciplined you are, because once you're in that system, be it independent label or major label, those skills are going to be the ones that help you get your record out and be successful in the next level. So that's number one. All right. Number two, myth of the music industry is being an artist is the only way to make an impact.
Come on.
People.
Suge Knight ain't never rapped in his life.
No, Puffy's a terrible rapper.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you just look back at the history of the hip hop industry, there is name after name after name who were not rappers who kind of helped build the thing. And most of these people who started these labels, they weren't rappers themselves.
Nah, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a tendency in hip hop for us to kind of have this myopic view. Like, since I came into the culture rhyming or producing, that the only way or the best way for me to make an impact is to do that.
Nah. That's so wrong.
Nah, it's a myth.
I mean, because you even look at somebody like Sadiq of Rhymesayers.
Yep.
He was a DJ, but he was better on the business side.
Yep.
So he even put the DJ in the side. You know what I'm saying? To take
Facts.
care of the business. And you see the impact that Rhymesayers has made on the industry.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and there's a lot of names in the major industry that we know because of their business acumen, not because of their musical ability or their skill.
Facts. That's what
Clive Davis ain't never sung a song.
No. We don't know none of his joints.
Right. He don't got no records out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna see Clive Davis in concert. Nobody knows his joints. Nobody knows his joints. None of,
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? It's just like, and it's true. And we see it at a small level. And for artists, I'd say this, and you know, me and Big Stowe touched on this as well a few weeks back when I had him on. You know, shout out to Big Stowe.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about how we need people who understand hip hop culture on both sides.
Right.
We have a dearth of people who know how to rap and make beats, but how many of us know how to manage artists, how to book shows, how to tour manage, how to run a label, how to project manage? You know what I'm saying? How to handle merch, create merch, work with art, like all these skills that actually make the shit go. Who knows contracts? Who knows publishing really well? Right. We get this viewer thing. Just as a rapper, that's the only way I can do it. But we need to understand, like, yo, the reason we are struggling to control, you know, certain things in hip hop and certain things get, you know, done wrong is because we don't have our people in place.
Yeah, we just want to rap. Everybody want the spotlight. And the thing about those positions that you're talking about, they are not in the spotlight.
Nope.
Those are behind the scenes positions. So you don't get all the praise. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You got the money.
Yep.
The money is there. You know what I'm saying? If you especially if one of your artists pop or something, you know what I'm saying? But you don't get all the recognition. Your name ain't up in lights. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to play the back. But you know, you got to understanding your role. And a lot of those dudes understand their roles that are in those positions.
Facts from the Dame Dashes to the Irv Gottis to the Suge Knights to, like, these are guys who did
Russell Simmons.
They didn't rap.
Right.
But hip hop would not be where it is today. You know what I mean? Without them. You know what I mean? Steve Rifkin, all of these names who built what we now know is, you know, there's no Wu-Tang without Steve Rifkin. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so what I say to artists is, like, understand that, like, there will be plenty of opportunities within the industry that have absolutely nothing to do with rapping or producing, but only if you see it. Because these things just come and they just sit there and no one wants to do them. And then someone else from outside of the shit who don't love this shit just sees it as a money grab.
Yeah.
They don't care about the culture. They're like, oh, y'all don't want to do this part of it? I'll do it for y'all.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know nothing about it, but I got you.
Oh, it's money in it?
What's on the radio?
Yeah.
What's on the radio?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm going to. Oh, I'm going to be an A&R for this label.
Yeah.
What's on the radio?
Yeah.
You know, so who popping right now? I'm going to get everybody that sound like that.
Yeah. You know, from that to the show promoters, like all of these, like, we've been in this shit long enough to where we know how many different people it takes to make this thing go and how few of them are rappers.
Right.
And I would like everyone who's listening to understand that no matter what you do, and this is not even specifically about rap, because honestly, this applies to no matter what your skill set is, there's going to be a technical side where you are creating that thing, and there's going to be a business side. And on the business side, understand that your technical acumen is going to be what actually allows you to have an advantage on that other side.
Yeah, true.
And so, like, people like you are needed. The goal is to have an impact. It's not necessarily to be in a spotlight.
Right.
Being in the spotlight and having an impact are two different things. Milli Vanilli was in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But they songwriter got all the bread. The dude singing it got all the bread. They didn't make no impact. Right. The checks are still going to the people who wrote those songs and performed those songs. And so I say the same thing to everybody here. Look around you and look at all the things that are needed. And when you start seeing it differently, you'll start seeing a whole lot of opportunity. And you ain't got to be no vocalist or no rapper or no dancer or none of that shit to have a big impact on the culture.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
That's number 2. Myth number 3.
There's a big one.
Yeah. This is the myth of the big city. This is for the people who believe, well, I live in a small town, so I ain't gonna never make it. You know, if I just went to New York, I could crack. You know what? There's too many haters here. I need to move to LA. You know who don't have haters? Chicago. Let me go to Chicago or Miami because, you know, Columbus, Ohio ain't shit.
Right.
Or Cincinnati or Orlando or Minneapolis. You see what I'm saying? All of these places, or Austin, Texas, they don't have, let me go over there.
Kansas City.
Nah, no one comes out of Kansas City. It's a myth. When you really look at it, there are artists who are dope coming out of every fucking city. And there almost always have been. Yeah, hip hop was kind of centralized for some years between the West Coast and East Coast, and the majority of larger artists came out of there. But now it's wide open.
Yeah, especially because of the internet. So because you have access to everything and you have access to everyone. So if you have a home studio and you know how to mix a little bit and you got a phone, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be able to pop.
Yep.
And we seeing that a lot. And it don't matter where you from.
Yep.
You know, it's starting to matter somewhat, you know, depending on what your taste in music is, how good you are at what you're doing.
Yep. Yeah, you know what I think it is? I also think there's a bit of it where artists who have a real negative outlook on things, they use that shit as like an excuse.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's like a cop out, like, hey, you know, if you were from here, you know, you wouldn't be doing shit either.
Right.
And we've been to some of the biggest cities, some of the smallest cities, and we've seen small crews from small cities have big impacts on their scenes.
Facts.
And I just think a lot of people got to stop using that as an excuse. Like, where I'm from determines my outcomes with this shit. No, your work ethic determines your outcome. Sure.
Right.
Are you living somewhere where there may be less resources, maybe than someone from New York City or LA? Yes, you are. Yeah, they probably have bigger venues, more established venues there. But you know what? Your ass can walk right into the venue at your city and talk to somebody. Them local artists in New York can't get nobody on the motherfucking phone half the time, and they might even be more popular than you.
Right.
You have advantages from being from a smaller market, but if you don't see them that way, you never use them.
True.
That's number 3, myth. Number 4, myth of the music industry is the big fan base myth.
100 fans.
You know,
core 100.
Come on, man. This is the myth that says if you don't have 1 million followers, if you ain't getting daytime play, if you ain't selling out 2,000 cat rooms, you're nobody. You can't make a living off of art. That's not true.
Not true at all.
I am standing here. We are talking as proof for this.
Right, right.
The myth of the big fan base sometimes discourages people from even getting started.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a little older, right? Like 30 is considered old in rap to be getting started. And so people will say, oh man, I ain't gonna never blow up like them. I ain't gonna never do all that shit. I mean, shit, but the truth is, like, yo, you don't need 1 million followers,
right,
to make a living off of it.
You don't.
You know, I mean, you and I, we joked about like the vinyl sales and stuff we've been having on here. We don't have thousands and thousands of people buying from us every time we run a sale. We have a small, very enthusiastic fan base.
Yeah.
And that very enthusiastic, supportive fan base allows us to do everything we do, man.
Yeah, because I think the thing people need to understand, like we had the episode about the 100 fans, the true fans, and like really, if you got a core 100 people, to 200 people that buy everything that you put out, then if you dropping regularly, you can make a living. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can definitely make a living. And if, when touring opens back up, that puts a whole nother, that's a whole nother income stream. But just the fans that actually buy the music and stream the music, if you got at least 100 to 200 people and you don't have a big family or anything, you can live.
It's true.
If I didn't have wife and kids, I wouldn't be working a regular job.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I like, I make enough now to support myself if I was single off of my music. Every year. I could do that if I didn't have a family to take care of.
Yeah, people,
because I got a nice core fan base that support everything that I do.
Yeah, people they're not seeing that. I think it's and sometimes I don't blame them, because sometimes unless they hear people like us speak about it,
right,
they think that the only path is the path, you know what I'm saying, that you have to blow up in order to do something you love. And I don't want people to believe that. That's a myth. You don't have to really blow up to be you don't have to be a household name to do what you love. You know, you can make a living off of a small, dedicated fan base, and with regular, consistent releases, and you focus on that in your niche, and you will be successful. And
they see the 5,000 views on your video and think like, oh, ain't nobody checking for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. They think it ain't shit. You're like, actually, that's pretty good.
You ain't got 1 million.
Right.
5,000 views. Yeah, 5,000 views ain't really bad. Like, you do that in, 90 days, you know what I'm saying? A couple months. 5,000 views. That's not bad at all.
No.
5,000 people didn't watch your video.
Right. And people think, like you're saying, they don't know, because they're looking at this very big thing. They're saying, look, man, I just seen, this guy's video, and he got 3 million views in a day. He got 1 million in, in a day. Like, you over here with your little 10, 20,000. I mean, you ain't really doing nothing.
You ain't popping. You got what? You got what? 1,000 views in a day? Okay. Ain't nobody paying attention to that. That's a lot for,
right.
Like in my position, like 1,000 views in a day. If I get that, I'm like, oh, word.
Right. And then
that's good.
Yeah. And then that it's good because the trickle down effect of that.
Right.
Right. Like, that if you got a video that does 1,000, 2,000 in a fucking day or a week or something, like, you're like, you know what? I ain't even got 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube. So if I did 1,000 on a video in one day or in 1 week, that's beyond my subscriber base. That means I'm touching some people I didn't touch previously.
Right.
Okay. And now I see the trickle down of, okay, now my merch game is starting to crack because this video is cracking a little bit.
Starting to get notifications.
Okay. Selling some things over here. Okay.
Yep.
And so while one person may look at you and say, oh man, you ain't shit because you ain't got 1 million views in a week, you know the numbers behind that shit.
Fact.
I had a fan one time take me to the side, like he was lightweight concerned with, this is like 2014, like he was like, it was like an intervention or something. You know what I mean? He's like, man, so you not on Rhyme Stairs no more, man. You okay?
Wow.
He asked me like it was like a drug intervention. Like, man, are you all right?
That's crazy.
Like, he was legit concerned for my safety. Like
that's wild. Like, bro, that's the best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I was like, yo, bro, I'm making way more money now. He was like, oh, my bad, Brent. I was like, bro, look, no disrespect to them. I was like, that's a big system. You got to sell a lot of records to make money. And the big system spends more money to make the money, right? And so the way we do, we don't got to spend all that money to make money because we're going directly to our people. And I explained, like, yo, man, I know that in terms of the profile, it might not look like things are getting as much coverage, right? I'm on Rhyme Stairs. I'm getting, 500,000 views on my videos, 100,000, 200,000 minimum, right? And then I put them on the waitlist channel. Maybe they get 5,000, 10,000 views.
Right.
Somebody who only knows that part might look and be like, yo, he's failing over here. He ain't doing that. But then when you look under the hood, you be like, well, if he's I'm actually doing better in a lot of senses, right? Because it's just not the same. But people don't know because we don't be telling our story like that, you know?
Right.
But yeah, that's number 4. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
While I got y'all here, let me remind y'all about a few things we got back in stock on waitlist.net right now. First being the King No Crown movie DVD. This is a double DVD, deluxe DVD. One DVD, first DVD is the movie. Second is all the extra features. That's back in stock. It was out of stock for a while. My movie, this is my first movie, came out in 2017. Free version, which is the clean versions on YouTube. This is the unedited version, dirty version, I guess, if you will, which is available now on waitlist.net. Other thing, 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists. This book came out about 2 to 3 months ago. So my latest book. This book breaks down the habits, the traits that you see across some of the dopest artists in hip hop. This is my 4th book. And so far, it's been my most successful. Amazing feedback on it. This book is here. If you missed out the first time, it's like $14 on the store plus shipping. We got deals that come with bookmarks with it, free stickers, autographs, all of that stuff on waitlist.net. That's in stock. Other thing, more importantly, we've reissued the Two-Headed Monster vinyl. This vinyl is it was red on the first pressing. This next pressing is yellow. This is just now hitting. So if you haven't got it, head to waitlist.net and get it. Sold out the first time in like 2-3 months. It's doing pretty good this time, but get it if you missed it the first time. It's on yellow vinyl. Comes with a download card. Also being restocked, has been reimpressed, is the Two-Headed Monster vinyl right here. Clear vinyl. Two-Headed Monster album. Same thing. It sold out pretty fast in 2018. So we just repressed it here. But you can get that at waitlist.net. And there's prices, special bundle prices for all of this stuff. Now, what's already been in stock, which you probably already have if you don't, just so you don't know, King No Crown. King No Crown vinyl. It's red vinyl. King No Crown is double vinyl, though. 2 pieces of double vinyl. But yeah, that's here. That's the record with Persevere on it. Dope record. Great Ideas Never Dies on this record as well. But that's here. And then last thing, which some of you may have or may not, is Vigilante Genesis EP, which is me and A$AP Rock on the production. This is available on vinyl too. But this one is blue vinyl. I ain't gonna open this up just to show you blue vinyl. Trust me, it's blue. But this comes with all the vocal tracks on one side and then the instrumentals, which are produced by A$AP Rock on the B side. So that's it. If you got this stuff already, thank you. If you don't, if you want to support, go to waitlist.net. Pick up your copy of any of these things on vinyl, any of the books, the movie. We have apparel as well. And thank you for your time. See y'all soon. Peace.
All right, folks. Y'all know those guys.
Super duty.
Tough Wizard.
Yeah.
Back again. Y'all gonna have to excuse us. We're a little more talkative this week because we ain't seen each other in like a month and 7 Sundays.
Yeah, we talking a little bit. This might be over an hour,
Yeah. All kind of ad-libbing going on in this episode. Just extra sauce getting thrown on everything. So bear with us at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's been a couple weeks since we done this. Mm-hmm. So we talking about the myths of the music industry. 10 myths. Now we're on number 5. The number 5 myth of the music industry is that being a one-hit wonder is bad.
Shit, I wish. Shoot, let me get a Billboard chart. Give me one. Just give me one.
Please.
Eating off of that for the rest of my life. Come on, yo.
Yo, it's so true, though. It's so true. Like, people look at it like, he a one-hit wonder. People be making fun of people one-hit wonders, man. And I know, look, I was that way too until I was on tour, the God Loves Ugly tour. And I remember we was talking about somebody who was a one-hit wonder. And Merce was like, man, I don't know what the fuck wrong with y'all. I wish I could have one hit. Y'all making fun of this man. How many hits y'all got?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Merce right though. He right.
Yeah.
He right. Cause Why are people making fun of somebody who only hit once? Do you know how hard it is to write a hit song
Come on, man.
of any genre? Not even just a pop song, just any hit within that genre. That shit is hard, bruh.
Hard as hell. For something to hit, and for people, like, for it to get on the charts, that means millions and millions and millions of people are listening to that song and know the words to that song.
Right.
Like, come on, yo.
People think that's easy.
Come on. No, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult.
And the worst part is they only punishing you because you couldn't do it twice.
Yeah, like, bro, most of these people that's talking shit about you couldn't do it once.
Thank
like
you.
Merz said, like, y'all can't even do it.
Right.
At least I did it.
Yeah. I'm like, let me have a young MC bust a move. You know what I'm saying? Let me have
on now.
you know what I mean? Let me
Tone Loc.
Yeah, Tone Loc
Tone Loc
Wild
joint.
Thing. Give me one of those.
Yeah, let me one of those.
Come
please.
on, man. Just one joint.
He's still getting residuals off of that. That shit in commercials.
Come on,
that shit
man.
today. That song is 30, 40 years old, man.
Sir Mix-a-Lot been eating off
Come
Baby
on.
Got Back.
Come
He
on,
gonna be
bro.
eating off that till he dies. The rest of his
Yeah,
life.
his kids, grandkids gonna be eating off that.
One joint. You don't need 10 joints.
Nah, man.
You don't need an
Give me
album
one.
of hits.
Gangster's Paradise by
That's
Cooley.
it. That's it.
Give me one of those.
Just
Give me one of
one.
those.
Just
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yes.
there's some weird beliefs that people have about songwriting that come out when you start talking about one hit wonders. Like,
Mhm.
you know, and one of them is the next point we're gonna get to, but to keep it on this, it's like people go their whole careers writing song after song after song after song. Y'all don't know how many songs artists write and how many miss the mark. And we're not even talking about even writing a song that's a hit in your own catalog.
Right.
Becomes harder the longer you do it, right? So like I might have a song like, let's say Share This, right? Or like Unlimited early in my catalog, or Jerry Springer episode. The thing is now, how do I write some shit like that just captures that the rest of my career on every album? That's hard.
Hard as hell.
It's hard.
That's why that's why I'm still performing fucking Thousand Whispers in the Stop Lying.
Right,
Like,
because you can't surpass it.
yeah,
It's
like
hard.
there's some things that you just call lightning in a bottle that day.
Exactly. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like that feeling of not being able to top some of your old shit is part of the reason that I kind of was like almost ready to quit early in my career. It wasn't because I was unsuccessful. It was because of the fear of not being able to top my own catalog and having to stand in the shadows of this great writing at the beginning that I never could surpass.
Right.
You know, which is wild as shit. But people don't understand how hard it is.
It's very difficult, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's I mean, just having a classic album is, you know, a song is one thing.
Right.
Having an album,
Hard.
oh God.
Yep.
And then making albums after that album, everybody like, that shit you got right now is dope, but that last joint was Mo John Blaze.
Right. Why don't you do that no more though?
Yeah, why don't you do that shit?
This is
Yeah,
cool.
man, that shit.
What's up with that though?
That shit hard, bro. That shit hard. So like I commend anybody that like a real hit,
Yes.
man, listen.
Yeah, man.
Shoot, give me an Ice Ice Baby any day. Any fucking day. Telling you.
This one. I'll ride off into the sunset. Like, all right, yo, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one. Got
Yeah.
one. That's it. Just takes one. You know.
And the wild shit is a lot of times you don't know it's gonna be a hit.
No, you don't know.
Like, you know, sometimes you do. Like there's certain songs when you hear them, it's like, oh shit, that's the joint.
Yeah.
But there's some songs that you don't fucking know that's gonna be the one.
No, you don't know. You
Did
don't know.
we think Thousand Whispers was gonna be a hit?
No, hell no. Hell no. That was just for
A
us.
5-minute verse.
That was just for us. No chorus
Yeah.
until the, you know, no one threw that shit.
5-minute verse.
Dog,
No hook.
every song that ever popped for me, I'd say 99% of them I didn't know. The only one I think I knew was Radio Inactive.
Yeah.
That because I fought for that to be the first single. Like
Right.
they were like, we don't think this should be. I was like, no, it's got to be this. I was like, I'll go shoot the music video and pay for it myself. And when you see the video, you'll get it. You know what I mean? And then when they said, okay, yeah, we get it. We get it. And then it popped. Outside of that, I don't know. I definitely didn't think Big Girls Need Love 2 was going to be popular.
Right. You don't know.
You don't know. Neighborhood
You have
Weed
no
Man.
idea.
That shit is as popular as anything off 1988.
Yeah.
And it was on a 45 that wasn't on the album.
Right.
Didn't know.
Who knew?
Because if I'd have known, I'd have put it on the album.
Of course you would have. Of course you would have.
You just
And
don't
it would
know.
have been a single.
Yeah, exactly. Straight up. Music video and everything. I've been out there with a big ass blunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This shit ain't a Weed Man. No, I didn't know. But I hope people understand that at home. Like, yo, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Being a quote unquote one hit wonder, man. That's number 6. Oh, no, that was number 5. Okay. Number 6. And this is another one that I hear a lot. Number 6 myth is that pop music is easy to write.
Shit. No, it ain't.
Like, man, have you ever?
No, it ain't.
No, it's not. Like, dog, you ever had moments where you just listen to a pop song and be like, God damn, that songwriting is fire.
Right. Dog. And it might not even be a song that I like.
Yeah, I'm just like, ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The chord
like
change,
certain
though.
lyrics, she'd be like, whoa, yo. Yo.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Just the idea alone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the ideas of songs, some of the lines in songs, like, yo.
Yeah.
That shit fire. Yeah.
Dog, I
Nah, this shit ain't easy.
It ain't easy. I mean, look, I know we underground rappers, and you know this is a sensitive subject. To some people don't want to admit that some music, especially if it's like some pop music, is actually technically crazy. But dog, there's so many moments I'll be walking through a motherfucking store and hear some pop shit, and I'll be like, God damn, who is this? I be ready to Shazam this shit. It be the most pop shit ever, bruh. But it be catchy as shit. The chord changes be crisp and exact. I be like, oh my God, it's just taking me places emotionally. I be feeling it in my soul. The music be speaking to me. And I don't care who made it, who the fuck sing it. It probably be the corniest motherfucker that I hate. But I be like, yo, this shit right here though, the song though. Is anybody else hearing this? I mean, Croker like, yo, who made this?
Right. I feel you, though.
Yo,
I feel you, man.
It's not easy.
I
say this as a person who has sang on many of his own albums, who wrote a whole album. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with singers and all this other shit. Look, man, it's hard. Just the musical side is hard, man. And then you take just like the perfect performances that these pop singers be giving, because they be so trained and just like they be making hard stuff sound simple and easy.
Yes.
And sometimes I wonder if that's the reason people don't appreciate it, is because they make it sound so easy.
Yeah, it looks so effortless.
Yeah.
It looks so effortless. You see John Legend performing some shit, or Beyonce. It looks effortless, but you don't know how much work.
Yeah, it just look regular to them. Like, yeah, shit.
Yeah.
It's like a dude with mad hops who just doing 360. It's like, that just look regular. He didn't expend no energy, you know what I'm saying? Like no boy in the dunk county, grab the ball off the rim and just off the backboard, just yeah. You know what I mean? Jump up, act like about to kiss the rim. Yeah. It just looked regular. He didn't break no sweat. He just got a 45-inch vertical.
Yeah, man.
I know it looks
not easy.
Yeah. We can't do that. We can't. And I think, artists, you start learning some shit about music, whether it's some basics of music theory, how to play any instrument, it will give you a whole different appreciation for that.
Facts.
And I think people should definitely take a step back and just listen to it objectively. And every now and again, you'll be like, God damn, this is crazy. There's a reason that's a hit.
Yeah, like once I started producing, oh man, I was hearing all kind of shit.
Right.
I was hearing all how did they do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like listening to pop music, kids listening to the radio and stuff. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I hate the song, but that fucking who did that?
Yeah. As you hear just a beat, you be like, yo, that beat is incredible. Time out. I'm like, are y'all
Pause. Hold up.
What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Who made that? Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, that's a myth too, man. And so to anybody out there, and I challenge people to put it to the test. Sit down in front of a piano You know what I'm saying? Try to compose some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't easy.
No,
There's a reason
hard.
that shit is so popular. It's so fucking like well executed, man. It's
Mhm.
flawless music, you know. And so yeah, that's number 6. All right, number 7, myth of the music industry. This is the myth of the local gatekeeper. We saw this a lot in our days.
We did.
And at least it kind of, sort of was real back then because
Mhm.
it was a smaller community of people who, you know, there were only 1 or 2 people who did anything. If you wanted to rap, there was one weekly. There was 1 promoter who did underground rap shows.
Mhm.
And if you fucked up shit with them, it was over.
It was a wrap.
You was ass out.
Mhm.
And so in that sense, yes, local gatekeepers used to kind of have an impact. But what helped us was the internet.
Facts.
The internet, you know,
Changed the game.
changed the game. Cats was like, yo, how are they blowing up like this? How are they getting popular? They're selling their tapes to people all over the world. That's weird. How are they? Right?
How they do that?
How they do that? They just went around us like that though. Yeah, we went around y'all.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have to wait on y'all. We didn't need y'all stamp.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But now it's less applicable than ever. You know, I think there's still a perception amongst artists who have maybe a more defeatist perspective to say, oh man, them fools is stopping me from coming up.
Mhm.
But that's when you really peek under the hood, that's not the case at all. It's more like, hey
Right.
man, they not stopping y'all. Only thing stopping y'all is y'all.
Yeah. What are you doing to help your progress?
Yeah. And in most instances, cats are just complaining.
Yeah.
You know, and it's another thing like the other thing we named where it's like it sounds good because it takes the accountability off of you.
Oh yeah. You pointing them fingers at somebody else. They fault.
I work hard.
Mm.
They be stopping my whole shit, man. See, if they wasn't successful, I could come up. People used to legit say that about Waitlist.
Yeah.
They used to think we was cheating.
Yeah, we got a lot of that.
Yeah, my biggest observation at that time and hearing what Cass was saying was like, if you win too much, people start to think you cheat.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think they're winning because they're working harder than me. They think they cheated. There's no way they should be winning this much. But yeah, that's number 7. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. While I got y'all here, I want to give you a quick reminder that my first 3 books have been repressed and are available again on waitlist.net. Book number 1, Word is Blog, Volume 1. This book is a collection of some of my best blogs and writings online, assembled into book form. Second book is Adventures in Counterculture, The Making of Adventures in Counterculture. This book is about my 2011 album titled Adventures in Counterculture. This book talks about the 4-year period that it took me to make that album, the personal and artistic changes that it took. If you're into some artistic reading, this is for you. And then the third book, which is available again, is What a Night, a book about the worst shows of my career. This book is, as it says, it's a book about the worst shows of my career, but it's actually a pretty funny book. Some stories in here are just tragic or bugged out, but overall, this book will have you cracking up. So if you need some light reading, something that will just make you laugh, and if you've ever wondered what happens on the road with artists, pick up this book. All 3 are available, $10 each. However, you can get all 3 of them for just $25 right now. If you want them signed, please put some instructions in the special instructions box and ask me to sign them, and I'll get them signed before I get them out to you. And I think they might have a checkbox for all 3 that allows you to get them signed. So that's it for now. Back to the show. All right, we're back. Super duty tough work.
We here.
You know what I'm saying? We give it to y'all every week, man.
Yes.
You know, the most consistent podcast on planet Earth. You know, I hope that y'all are, tuned in, enjoying this episode as we bust some of these myths.
Mm-hmm.
3 more to go. And this number 8 is probably the most common myth in the music industry.
Yeah.
And this is the hard work myth. The hard work myth says that as long as you work hard on your craft, you're going to be successful.
Nope.
That's it. I just got to put my head down. Keep working. I'm going to make beats all day and not talk to nobody. I'm going to write rhymes and never release the shit. But I'm working hard, though. I have no soft skills, but I'm working hard.
Yeah, we know a lot of people like that, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Talented. Working hard. But there's one thing I always peeped when we first started doing it was like, yo, you got to have somebody in your crew who got some people skills. It may not have to be you, but you better bring somebody in this motherfucker who know how to talk to people.
Right. Arrow say shit gonna get done.
Nothing.
You gonna be dope and at the crib making no money.
Right. Forever. Indefinitely.
Yeah.
No one will debate whether you're dope. That's no one can debate that. But what happens is that sometimes we bury our heads in our work, and that becomes an excuse to not do the things that we don't enjoy as much.
Right.
And for an artist, sometimes that's the social stuff. We don't want to be kissing babies and, you know what I'm saying? Shaking hands, kissing babies and politicking and meeting people and, you know what I'm saying? And going out and going places and not knowing people and introducing ourselves. All these things that come along with it. But the truth of the matter is that, like, if you don't have nobody do it for you, you got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I know that it sucks. Like, I don't enjoy it. Like, I'm not a person who's just like, yo, I can't wait to go rub elbows.
Talk to people.
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh my God. I can't wait to go to this event where I don't know nobody and meet a bunch of new people. I don't really.
I mean, it's still hard for me. I mean, I was never really good at it anyway because I was always the quiet, you know.
That's why you had me in the crew.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But even without you, at times I had to sell my merch.
Yeah.
I had to talk to people. I had to engage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do that, and I got more comfortable doing that. Yeah. You know, but it's not fun because I'm an introvert. Like, by nature, I'm just an introverted person. I don't just go out and make friends everywhere I go.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me at all.
Yeah.
You know, but when I have to, you know, I can step out of that comfort zone and talk to a couple people, introduce myself, you know, make a friend.
Yeah.
If I have to.
Right. And a lot of artists are like that. You know, it's nothing for anybody at home to beat yourself up over. And that's why I say, like, you don't necessarily have to do it. But I think you should make sure you're around somebody, that someone in your crew understands its importance and is comfortable doing it, because everybody has different strengths. Like, being a producer made me just kind of withdrawn, because as the more I got into the art, the better I got at it, the less you know what I mean? But I always been good with people. Always. Going back to I won best personality in high school. You don't win that if you a fucking introvert. A bunch of fucking high schoolers, classmates. Oh, Al, that's the guy. Everybody loves this man. But art is a whole different thing. Art is a solo sport that you got to withdraw to get good at. And so that shit is a hard balance to strike. But I need people at home to really understand, man. Like, yes, being dope is very important. But never buy into the myth that the game is won by the hardest workers all the time. Right. And what you don't see is that many of these people who work hard, they do have teams around them. They got management. They got people who consult. They got, you know what I'm saying, booking agents. They got publicists. So a guy like Madlib, who we all know is an introvert and don't really fuck with people like that, he can still be successful because he always had Egon around and Peanut Butter Wolf around. You know what I'm saying? And like those are the people that allow him to be the introverted artist and still be successful. So if you are that artist and you work hard, but you find that you aren't having the success, it might be time to surround yourself or find somebody who can balance that. You know?
Yeah, true.
That's number 8. Okay. Number 9, myth of the music industry.
This one is interesting.
Yeah, this is true. I know this one well. Know this one well. Number 9, myth of the music industry is the artistic freedom myth.
Bullshit.
See, this myth is when you believe that you can do anything you fucking want to do at any time, and everybody who fucks with you will support you because you know what's best.
Didn't fans cuss you out because of Adventures?
Yes, they did. Yes. I got in many angry arguments over that record. That's where I learned this myth. Prior to that, I thought I can do what I want to do. They'll know. Now, years later, many of the same people are like, yeah, that record is a classic. That's next level. I get it now. At the time, they were shitting on your boy.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
What is it? Why though? That was the funniest question.
Why'd you do it?
They were just like, but why though, Brent? Why? The funniest fucking question was just why you do that? Why? Why though? And that's when it dawned on me. I think I bought into the myth of artistic freedom. Because I'm getting some pushback here that I wasn't expecting.
Why though, Brent? Why? But why though?
How do you even respond?
Because I'm an artist.
Yeah, because I'm an artist. That's it. That's all you can say. I'm an artist, bruh. I'm doing what I want to do.
But why though?
Why though? You can't get around that question. I know, Brent, but why though? Why? Why? Okay. Why though? I mean,
that's great.
And what I learned is like, yo, being able to do what you do is a right you earn. Being able to do anything you want is you have to earn that right? You got to earn that from like constantly expanding what you do a little bit at a time, taking bigger and bigger chances, and being consistent. You know, I'm not here to say that fans won't let you do certain things or change or evolve. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like there's this myth that a lot of artists have, which is totally disconnected from fans. And the myth is that branding doesn't matter. Right? Like the problem was my branding. I was branded as a boom bap old school artist with the 1988 record. In my mind, that was just one record. I wasn't doing records like that the whole time. It just took off.
But the record was a hit.
It was a hit.
But the record hit, so that's...
And I was defined by that, right? My brand is now defined as that kind of artist. I didn't know this then. Then I was just doing what I was going to do anyway. I never planned on making a bunch of 1988s. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go listen, Celestial wasn't like 1988. Chamber music wasn't like that. I was just, you know what I'm saying, in that zone. But little did I know, these branding rules apply to everybody.
They do.
I wasn't special. You know what I mean?
They do.
And I learned that like you have to kind of ease into things with people. You have to set things up a lot if you don't want to get that jarring effect on some branding shit. And looking back now, you know, history is kind to me right now with that record. I talk to people every day that want to talk about that record now. And but I'll never forget that when it came out, it was like a red pill moment, man. It was Matrix shit. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Diabolical was that for me. You know, following Celestial.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Following Celestial, down tempo, super poetic, dark record with a bright, not as poetic, straightforward, just rapping, up tempo, bright. Nah, fans was like, what the fuck is this?
It's like, why though?
The writers was shitting on us. Like
why though?
It was bad.
Why'd you make this? Why though?
Why though? And the same with you, like with me, like people like the record now. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the record now, but when it dropped, with that being the Celestial follow-up, bruh. They was not feeling that shit.
No.
At all.
Well, yeah, that's number 9. All right, number 10, myth of the music industry is that labels care about artists and art above all.
Come on, bro.
See,
Is it a myth for real?
people be thinking that. They
can't.
They heart be broken when a label do something they don't expect. Why'd y'all sign him? Be like,
Oh, come on.
I mean, look at when Rhymester signed Prof.
True.
People was mad.
True.
Some his people knew, Minneapolis people knew what he could do and why he was getting signed. It was obvious, right? But some people was like, well, why though?
Who is he?
I thought y'all cared about the art, though. You know what I
Right.
mean? And here's what I learned. I learned that like labels care about the art as long as the art makes money.
You might have to put that on a shirt. Because that's so true. Like you really think these label heads listen to all the music on their label? Hell no.
Not really.
They don't.
Not really.
But if it's putting money in their pocket, best believe they gonna put that shit out.
Yeah, they know what's cracking.
Right.
And what they decide to listen to is based on how it's performing.
Mhm.
See, we look at it in the reverse way. We be thinking that the sound comes first. You know what I'm saying? And then they respect the sound. It's like, no, the success got to come first. Then they respect the success of the sound.
Right.
And that's an important distinction, because if you look at it the other way as an artist, you'll be thinking that, oh, I'll never understand why they did this, why they did that. Look, art is important. I am a fucking artist, true and true. But at the end of the day, any situation I get in with a label, that record got to perform.
Facts.
And if your records don't perform, you're not going to have the same doors open to you. This is just what it is out here, man. I'm not like here to shit on labels and act like they're evil. They're not.
Nah.
Because
it's a business.
It's a business.
It's a business.
And last I checked, they were probably the last motherfuckers willing to spend tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars on these artists.
True.
Trying to make art popular.
Mm-hmm.
But the side people don't talk about is that sometimes the art don't stick, and that labels have to do what's best in their financial interest to survive.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. As artists, you got to know that shit. Like, yo, you on borrowed time, man. You an artist, you better make some shit that's artsy and commercially viable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, this shit is artsy as shit, but that song right there, though, that shit big right there. That's, hey, that can appeal to anybody. That's what you better be doing. You want another shot, because that's the game. And it's not that the people at those labels hate art. Look, people at labels would sell fucking polka music if polka music was the most popular fucking music in the streets right now.
Facts.
They be going these little fucking Polish neighborhoods, underground polka artists. They would dead ass have an A&R team full of people digging in the streets to find old polka artists. Yo, you know the underground polka shit cracking right now, though.
Yeah.
They be just as amped as they were when they heard MF Doom. Like, oh, this is next, though. This Rhymes Like Dimes. This is the MF Doom of 2021. This is Polka Cat. He's the MF Doom of polka. They don't give a shit. They will sell it.
It's so true.
They'll package it and sell it.
Yeah. Very true.
Because the respect comes after the viability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they love the art, but if the art don't sell, you know, they could lose their job. Label be out of money, all this other shit. Nobody trying to hate nobody and be out of business behind this shit. People want to, you know, everybody wants to win. And so we have to understand, man, labels, they do care. There are some labels who have more freedom than others, you know what I'm saying? And they can take more chances than others. And especially independent, because you don't have to put so much in to break an artist.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, making something that's viable matters, man.
Yeah, true.
So that's it.
That's
it. This long ass, talkative ass episode, you know, but
it was only an hour.
Was it?
We're good.
I ain't seen my man since like a month and 7 Sundays.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, you know, so let me read these back real quick. 10 myths of the music industry. The biggest myths. Number 1, getting signed means your record is coming out. It ain't. Number 2.
It ain't dropping.
Not necessarily. Not so fast. You know what I mean? Being an artist is the only way to make an impact. That was number 2. Number 3, the myth of the big city. You can only make it in a big city. Number 4, the myth of the big fan base. Number 5, the myth of the one-hit wonder being bad. Number 6, the pop music is easy myth. Number 7, the local gatekeeper myth. Number 8, the hard work myth. The biggest myth of all the myths.
Yeah, if I just put in the work.
That's it. I'm gonna make it. Number 9, the artistic freedom myth. And number 10, the labels care about art above everything myth. Nope. If polka was cracking, they put that polka right there.
Stop have to do with polka.
Right. They have to do with polka. They had me in your face. It was fucking accordion. Like, yeah.
Oh man, that's good.
Doing a real accordion mix, a remix. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? All right. So that's it for this week, man. And we will see y'all next week.
Word.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.